In today's episode, I want to talk to you 7 mistakes that we ladies make anytime we want to say no to man's proposal. Yes, maybe this person wants to date you or this person wants to marry you, but somehow, you don't love the person, you don't like the person, you don't want to spend your time, your life with the person, and you want to say no. Watch these 7 mistakes. But before we move on, I want to say Happy New Month. I decree and I declare that this month will favor you. Decree and I declare that this month will be a month of unstoppable increase to you and to your family. I pray that everything you touch this month will prosper, that the hand of God will be upon you, upon your business, upon your life, and upon your marriage. Grab your pen, grab your paper, but before we move on, I want to ask you, have you subscribed? Please don't forget to subscribe, support your big sister, and let's move forward. Grab your pen, and let's move forward. Number 1, apologizing for saying no. Hey, yes, my darling, I know this man approached you with all his heart, and you don't love him, you don't want to spend your entire life with him. Dear, may I tell you, there's no need to apologize for saying no. Yes, I have seen some ladies, because they say no, they begin to apologize over giving details. If not because my mother said, my father said, you are from this nation, this country, I'm still schooling. All these things is very important. I'm not saying it's not important, but you should not apologize for saying no. Yes, because it's like someone offering you a food. Let's assume that someone approached you to offer you something to eat, and you feel like, oh, if I eat this thing, it will not be good for my health. There's no need of apologizing and say, oh, sorry, I can't eat this food. If I eat this food, my tummy will ache, my this thing. No. Just tell him you are not interested. I appreciate your confidence and your approach, but I am not interested. I have something else I am doing that I need to finish. You don't need to be apologizing, to giving over details why you don't want to say yes to him. It doesn't look good on you and even to him. Number 2, offering him alternatives. Or perhaps, in other words, I may say, suggesting someone for him because you say no. Of course, I understood. I have seen some ladies. A man approached you and asked for a hand in marriage and for dating. Instead of you with all your simple and honest, respectful approach to tell him, no, I think it won't work, you said no, and you begin to offer alternative to tell him, but I have a friend, I have a roommate, she is single, she may love you, she may like you. Don't you think I can introduce you to her so that 2 of you can walk your way? Come on, darling. If you say no to him, there's no need of offering alternatives for him. Yes, allow him to make his own choice. Whether he knows your roommate or he don't know your roommate, okay? But don't be the one that offer alternative, telling someone, oh, I said no, and I want to offer alternative. Let's reverse it. Imagine I approach you as a guy and I tell you, oh, beautiful Auntie Helen, I want to marry you and I love you. You said, oh, my big brother Gloria, no, I will not marry you because I am still schooling, but I have my sister Betty. I will introduce you to her. And you come to Betty and said, oh, do you know I have a brother and his name is Gloria. He wants to ask for my hand in marriage, but I don't love him. I want to introduce you to him. Do you know what Betty asks you? Why don't you marry him? You don't love him and you are introducing him to me. So you don't need to be the one that offer alternative to someone you rejected. No, allow him to ask you if he may, or allow him to make his own decision. Number 3, always checking on him to know if he finally settled and who he settled with. Yes, darling, someone approached you, asked for a handsome marriage, asked for dating, telling you how he loves you and all these things. And you said no. You don't need to always to text him, to check on him, to ask him, oh, so do you let her find anyone? Oh, I just want to know who you settled with. Come on. The moment you said no, close that topic. Yes, you don't need to check in on him. Because checking on him seems like, oh, maybe I may consider if you don't have anybody yet. Or maybe, that kind of thing. Once you said no, you don't need to always be checking on him. You don't need to always to ask who is settling with. Just move on with your life. Another mistakes I see we ladies make anytime we are rejecting man's proposal or relationship is insulting him. No, darling. That someone approach you and you look at him from head to toe, from toe to head, from head to everywhere, and you feel like, oh, this one doesn't match to my standard, or he is not my taste, or my whatever you will say. Darling, please don't insult him. Don't disgrace him. That you don't love him does not mean that someone else won't love him. That you don't love him, that does not mean that he is a dust. That you don't love him does not mean that you should humiliate him. My darling, if you look at him and you feel like, oh, this one doesn't match my taste, or this one doesn't match the kind of person I am looking for, just thank him with honest mind, with your honest heart, and just let him go. Don't insult him, don't laugh at him, don't make mockery of him, don't make him to be humiliated. Imagine if your brother approach another woman and that woman look your brother up to down and laugh after laughing. Now she will tell your brother, I'm not interested. If your brother is telling you such, how will you feel? So never you ever insult any man if you don't love him, if you don't want to continue with him, or if you don't want to start with him. Another mistake I see women do whenever we want to say no to any man is telling his friend or your friend to talk to him on your behalf. Let me explain. Imagine someone approach me and say, oh, Gloria, I love you. I want to spend my lifetime with you. I see you to be a mother of my children and all those things. And perhaps this person may be related to someone that I know, or a friend to someone that I know. But when he approached me, he doesn't come through that person. He came by himself. There's no way you can go through another person. Like maybe the person he is related to, I say, please tell him that I am not interested. He approached me for marriage, for relationship, for dating, but I don't like him. Please, can you help me? Come on. If you know the way the media he use the same way. You don't need third party approach him. Talk to him direct, unless if he talked to someone to talk to you. Like someone may say, oh, he talked to my auntie to talk to me. Then I can tell my auntie to tell him. But if he comes by himself, please never you ever use third party to reply him. It's not good way. Another mistakes I see we women do whenever man approach us is telling him, give me time to pray, whereby you are not praying. Yes. Do you know why I call it a mistake? I have seen some ladies, they say, oh, I want to pray. But the truth is that they're honestly not praying. They just want to delay the man. They just want to waste the man time. They just want to pause the man. They just want to keep that man there. Like they just want to abandon that man irrespectively without telling him. Please, my darling, if you're not praying, don't pause a man by telling him, oh, wait for me. I am praying. When I finish praying, I will let you know. Because I have seen some of them up to today, they are still praying. My dear, please, it's a very big mistake. Don't do that. The last but not the least mistake is feeling guilty for saying no. Yes, my dear. May I tell you, I have seen so many ladies, they said no to man's proposal and as well feeling guilty. Yes, feeling like, did I do well? Pity him. I pity him if he marry a wrong person. I pity him if he choose a wrong person. If you are pitying him, why don't you go and marry him? If you will feel guilty, why don't you accept the proposal? So never you ever feel guilty anytime you say no to a man. The moment you feel guilty, quite simply means you love him, you like him, but you don't know how to say yes, or something perhaps may holding you back not to say yes. I hope this episode blessed you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's form a community of vibrant women who want to do the will of God in their dating, in their marriage. Thank you so much, and I love you. May this month be a month of unstoppable increase for you and your family in the name of Jesus. Thank you, and God bless you. Shalom.